Join us for the grand opening of Epic Universe and the tasting at one of like the highest rated restaurants here at Epic Universe.
Really excited for this.
Our cocktails have arrived. We are so excited to be enjoying these with this incredible view. For our sipping pleasure, we have the Spice Root Old Fashioned, which is High West Distillery Bourbon, Date Syrup, Fee Brothers, Cardamom Bitters, Angostura Bitters, Orange Twist, and a little bit of a cherry top off, of course, to make a good Old Fashioned. We also have the Northern Lights, which is the Beluga Noble Vodka, Bellini Limoncello, Curacao Lemon Juice, Simple Syrup, Butterfly Pea Blossoms, Ice Sphere, and Gold Dust. What I know from Butterfly Pea Blossom is that as you add this to lemon, it is actually going to shift coloration. Last on our cocktails is going to be this Arancita Mule, and this is a non-alcoholic beverage. It has the Arancita, which is an orange and ginger beer base with a lime juice, black cherry syrup, and topped with an orange, wheel, and black cherry. Thank you. What an epic day.
To an epic day.
That's really nice. Very soft. This is really, really, really refreshing. I would say it probably rolls a good, I'd probably say 15 out of 20. It would be among my top picks, depending on how hot the day is. It might beat out an Old Fashioned. What do you think of that Old Fashioned?
Old Fashioned was good. Pretty light, not heavy on the alcohol. I'd probably roll that
I'm gonna stir it a little bit.
I roll that a 14 or a 15.
Okay.
It was good flavor.
Yeah. I would pick that. See, this is the thing is like I like this better, but I love Old Fashioned. So I'd probably, but it is a lighter Old Fashioned. That said, I will own it's been sitting here probably a good like 10 minutes. So I think that some of that softness is honestly because of the ice melting into the drink. So, you know, it may be a little bit stronger if you get it, but it's a very well-balanced, not too sweet Old Fashioned.
That was probably a 14.
Yeah.
It's got a little bit of that tang, the tartness to it. It's not very sweet. It's good.
It's also not really your thing though either. That's not something you would pick.
Yeah, not normally.
That is something fair to say. So if you want something that's tart, refreshing, this is going to be your pick. That said, we do have this mocktail. I love a mule. Oh, that's yummy. I love that. I love ginger though. I love a mule. It's one of my favorites. That is very refreshing. There's like a touch of orange in the back, but that's very, I love that a lot.
That's a really good
That's really
mule.
yummy. I think that's probably a good, 15 out of 20?
I'd give it a 16 out of 20.
You give us, okay.
Good flavor.
For appetizers, we chose to grab the lump crab cake. This is a blue crab with corn puree, fennel, pepper, jicama slaw, and lime vinaigrette. We also have the sweet and spicy shrimp, crispy shrimp, chili sauce, micro cilantro, and sesame seeds.
I think trying the oysters are probably the best route because you go light to heavy. It works for me. Perfect.
Wait, more?
Nope. That's just the right amount.
I am really curious about that. It's an interesting sounding sauce. Oh, wow. The red onion like gives that slight bite of pepper, but it's not very sweet. There's a subtle sweetness. Otherwise, it's very tangy, like vinegar tangy. That's fun.
That's really good.
I think it really just brightens everything up.
Yeah, that was
I really
good.
like that. I would say that rolls a good like 16 out of 20. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
that was definitely a 15 for me. It's definitely a highlight.
I'm gonna try this shrimp.
The sweet and spicy shrimp.
These sweet and spicy shrimp. This is gonna be a table happy bite because it's creamy. There's a teeny bit of warmth in the background. Like on a scale of 1 to 5, I'd maybe say it's like a 0.5. But there is a little bit. You get it right at the back of the mouth feel. Crispy, yummy.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Takes a little while for that warmth to show up, but yeah, the flavor is good.
You have a higher tolerance than I do, though, too.
I do, but it wasn't forward. It was more back end, slow kind of build. It was quite nice. I would say that this rolls a good 15.
I'm gonna feed you this bite.
Oh, she's gonna feed me.
This is gross. Take the bite. How is it? Is that good?
That's really good. Yeah, I can see why the other table raved about it.
Okay, so you agree with her then?
Yeah, that's got a lot of good flavor. Yeah, that's quite tasty.
That is a very nice crab cake. I hate it when I go somewhere and it's like all you taste is the filler of the crab.
Yep.
It's just ridiculous. This is just like crab. The crab is the absolute star. There's just a richness from the butter sauce. There's a little bit of like zest that comes through that with some of the spices. It's so tasty.
That's fantastic.
I would say that rolls a good 17 out of 20.
I'd give that a 16.
Yeah.
Yeah, really,
right.
really good.
Oh, so is it as good or better as the crab cakes I make? That's not a trick question, I swear to God.
I plead the fifth. Totally plead the fifth. I'm not going to answer that question.
Highly recommend.
Oh, look,
not
alcohol.
Not everyone likes oysters. Highly recommend. This is very table friendly.
Yeah.
It's all great. You're not going
Everything
to go
good.
wrong with anything here. First up is the sea bass. This has a carrot, mochi, sugar snap, peas, lemongrass, broth, and star fruit. Now we're going to try the sea bass. Oh, that is really crispy. I can hear it when you crush
crispy on
through
the
it.
top, but very, very flaky, which is always good for a good fish. The cook on that fish is incredible. That is silky. It's smooth. It's not dry.
He's right, though. It's really good. I kind of just want to keep eating it and let him just talk about it. It's very good. It's very crispy. The cook is really nice. It's still soft and buttery on the inside. It's really, really delightful. The sauce, it's really nice, and it adds that unctuousness. It adds a cream to it as well. It just kind of gives it that umph. But I don't think that I think it's really nice, really well-balanced dish.
The star fruit's a good addition because the star fruit is not very intense in flavor. It's a softer citrusy flavor, so it's not going to overwhelm the fish. I feel like the star fruit's a really good way to go there.
If you didn't try them together, it does add a nice freshness to the fish. So that's a really fun bite. That rolls about a 16. I like it personally the same as the scallops, but I really, really, really love scallops. So it's going to be hard for me to find something I like more than that when that's my personal taste. It's something I'm drawn to. And just look at these beautiful seared scallops over arborio rice. So think a risotto, trumpet mushrooms, charred Romanesco Parmigiano Reggiano. Now, friends are saying that it comes a little bit salty. He has a higher salt tolerance than I do. I'm pretty medium band. I'm gonna get a little bit of everything: cauliflower, risotto, and scallop.
I'm going to try it all separate so that I get a taste of each of the flavors.
With it all together, especially with the cauliflower, I don't feel like it's too salty. But I think Kristen was trying things like individually,
Yes, I was.
so that might be part of it.
I don't find it to be too salty at all. I think the flavors are nice. Even individually, the flavors are nice. Again, I have a higher salt tolerance, so
The risotto's on edge.
But
Yep.
I think this is really luscious. It's creamy. It's This is really good.
I think it has a dusting of salt on the top for the scallop, because the scallop on its own was on the edge of too salty.
I think it's got a finishing salt for sure.
Yeah, it does have a finishing salt. You can see it. It's little flakes. Yeah, it's great. It's so good. It's so worth it.
Really, really good.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's definitely a 16.
Yeah, I think a 16. Next up is the Atlantic Filet Mignon. This is a 6-ounce premium Angus beef cut with crispy potato mille-feuille, truffle cream sauce, Atlantic steak sauce, and a watercress salad.
Now, full transparency, we got this medium rare, but it has been sitting a bit. Center is still somewhat medium rare, but closer to medium, so it's starting to cool as the meat continues to cook.
That's a really, really lovely soft cut of beef.
Yeah.
Very nicely flavored, and that truffle cream sauce is outstanding. Mille-feuille potatoes. Oh my goodness.
I am definitely looking forward to this.
Yeah.
This should have that layered butteriness.
They do. Oh, that darkness, that little bit of char, that crispy, that is super, super tasty. And it's it's not that it's bitter, but it has that, I don't know, that earthiness flavor, and that really helps balance against like the fresh and the bright and the cream. Oh yeah, this is really good. I would say this definitely rolls a 17 out of 10.
Yeah, this is a 17 for me as
sure.
well. I think out of all of it, as much as I loved everything, this is the way to go. If you're a steak fan, definitely worth it. Not terribly priced. I think this was $41 on the menu, which on property for a decent filet mignon, that's not bad. I really like this. This is well flavored. I don't even need the steak sauce.
Oh, I didn't even try that sauce.
Ooh, that has an earthiness. That is different.
I don't like it. Yeah.
No?
Okay.
I'm not a steak sauce person.
I'm not normally either. I just thought it was an interesting steak sauce.
I don't care.
Like
It's
that?
good.
Her
No.
face still says no.
I've
Like
always
too acidic.
see.
I
I've always said
like
that a steak sauce. If you have to use a steak sauce, it's a crutch because the steak's not good enough.
Right.
The steak here is good enough. What I find
Yeah, I
interesting
agree.
is that's not a Heinz. That's not an A1. That has like a smokiness to it, which
Yeah.
is very different than a standard steak sauce.
It doesn't have the sweetness.
No,
That's one of
it
the things I
doesn't.
hate about
Yeah.
steak sauce is it's like this vinegar meets sugar balance, and
Yeah.
that's not what this is. This
That's
is nice.
smoky, and that's just a really
It's
interesting
not-
steak sauce.
Yeah, and it's not something I would have. I wouldn't even with this dish. I think it's great on its own. I wouldn't use it. Some people like it. It's a great option, but I wanted to taste it just in case, just to speak to steak sauce. So if that is your jam, then
Yeah,
that might
try
be
that.
something for you. We ordered some desserts. We decided to get the El Pulpo, which is this cheesecake. It's deconstructed. It has a berry espuma, this pistachio sponge cake, graham cracker crumble, and fresh raspberries with the raspberry gel. We also ordered the Landlubbers Snickerdoodle Loot. This is a Snickerdoodle cake, cookie butter ganache biscoff, and it pairs well with the mocktail that we're still finishing. Our lovely desserts have arrived. I'm going to talk very slowly about these because I know he really wants to dig into the Snickerdoodle Loot.
Just a little bit.
This is the Landlubbers Snickerdoodle Loot. I think my favorite thing is honestly the sand. And then this is the El Pupo, which looks really exciting and enticing, and it's cheesecake and pistachio cake, and I'm so excited to dive in. Okay,
Yeah,
what are you
wanna
going to
start?
try first?
Let's start with that one.
My leg.
Cut the end of the tentacle off.
And I'm gonna get a little bit of that cake on it too. If I can get it all together without destroying this thing. Holy cow. Pardon my fingers.
It's good. It's subtle. You're not getting explosions of flavors. You're getting subtle flavors.
It's very soft, so if you want to have a little something as a treat, but you don't have a sweet tooth, this is going to be for you. Me personally, I don't mind it. I think it's really cute. I don't know, I'm just not
It's not
like
feeling it as
super
much. Yeah.
thrilled about it. I'd probably say it rolls like maybe a 14 out of 20.
I was going to give it a 13, so. Yeah.
That was my other number, so pretty darn close. Will you guys kill me if I just eat the Biscoff off of this like really adorable?
We'll kill you. I'm just kidding. I don't care.
Shovel it in, baby.
That's really good. That's fun.
It's just a nice
And that
Biscoff.
doesn't break easily.
We'll still break it with your fingers. Well, you gotta try the cake. Oh my gosh.
That's
Cinnamon,
the winner.
creamy, the warmth that you get from the Biscoff and the crunch.
Amazing.
This is really yummy. I would say this rolls,
That rolls a 15 for me.
and I was gonna say a 16.
Yeah.
I think it rolls a 16 out of 20. That's
Really good.
delicious. Of course, he decided to try this with the mocktail.
It was the recommendation.
and then didn't do it on camera to share, but then of course
Nope.
raved about it. So then of
Yep.
course Demi tried it, and now I'm gonna try it because everyone's loving it and thinking it's amazing. And what do you do with peer pressure, right? It is really fun. It's really fun how, like, the tangy and the warm, and then the butter, and then it's like it went from cinnamon to like ginger and tangy to then like butter, all in my mouth.
Really good.
All in my mouth, like in 1 minute. Not even a minute. 10 seconds. So good.
Yeah,
Definitely get them together.
A lot of times they will recommend things, and you go, whatever, you're just trying to make a sale.
For sure.
No. This was a good recommendation.
That's a great combination.
Yeah.
Well, that was tasty.
It was an experience.
All right. So, what was your favorite bite?
Overall, I have to say that my favorite bite was the steak. It was juicy. It had really good flavor. It had the nice char.
So good.
Yeah, everything was so good. So I would say overall that was my favorite bite.
Okay. So, what do you think the establishment roll was like on a whole? The whole experience.
Whole experience, that was wonderful. We had great service. The food was banging. The views were incredible. I'm going to give that an 18, I think.
That's high praise.
That's high praise.
That's some really high praise, yeah.
We really didn't run into anything we didn't like except like one of the desserts. And even that was okay. It wasn't like a bad dessert.
It's just okay.
Yeah, everything else was really, really good. And when you add really good service and really good views and just the ambiance, yeah, that rolls an 18 for me.
Cool beans. I would say my favorite bite is probably the scallops, but that's only because I love risotto. I love scallops. They're one of my favorite things ever, and they did a really, really nice job with it. I didn't even ask you about the drinks. I know that you probably prefer the old fashioned, but
I
that's
really like
because
that
we
old
love
fashioned.
old fashions. Yeah. So I mean, the cocktails were fun. You could see a whole bunch of different cocktails around the tables, but definitely that Northern Lights was that blue, beautiful cocktail with the butterfly pea flower. Like that was everywhere. Very popular. So definitely, I'd highly recommend it. It's super refreshing. But yeah, I mean, it was a really great experience. I would agree with Duke. I think it was an 18. I think the food was great. I think that like the service was outstanding, and I can't get over how beautiful this restaurant is on the inside. It's gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
And all of those decorations are handcrafted. They're all hand painted. They're all hand just
moving.
and they move.
The
They
entire
move.
time,
So it's
which
like
is
you're
mind-boggling.
sitting in the aquarium and
Yeah.
they're all moving above you. It's just so beautiful.
It is.
So I hope you guys will come check it out.
Recommend it.
Yeah, highly recommend. Give yourself a little bit of downtime. Sit down. There's not a whole lot of shade in this park. This is a
Yeah.
great opportunity to cool down, rest your legs, rest your feet, rest your back,
Yep.
and enjoy some incredible food. It's a little bit higher on the pricing side, but it's really, I think it's worth it personally.
Totally worth it. I feel like the price was surprisingly good. I feel like the price for what you got was better here than what we had for lunch.
I would
Price to
agree.
food.
I would agree. For sure. Yeah, I would agree. Well, let us know if this is something you would come to. Again, we shared things that are not for seafood lovers. So you do not have to be a seafood lover to come here.
Yep.
But, you know, this is a great place for everybody. But definitely tell us, like, what would you be ordering? Would you prioritize this down below? And don't forget to like and comment
Yep.
and hang out, subscribe, come hang out with us for more things because we have more Epic Universe coming. And don't forget to follow along on social media at Motivational Pinup. We'll see you next time.
See you later.